Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to a week with Thich Nhat Hanh. Every morning's meditation will start with a message from Thich Nhat Hanh, leading us into our daily meditation. So if you're ready, let's get right into today's message. In today's journey, Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh speaks to us about dealing with overwhelming emotions. We all have those moments where emotions feel like a tidal wave threatening to engulf us. Thich Nhat Hanh suggests a simple yet powerful way to weather the storm. Anthony, good morning. Danae, good morning. Somebody, good morning. Hello, beautiful people. Awesome seeing you. Thich Nhat Hanh says, every time you have an energy that needs to be transformed, like jealousy or fear, do something to care for this energy. If you don't want this energy to destroy you. Anli, a very good morning. Hello. And perhaps Dylan, hello as well. I hope Dylan's there listening too. When you have a pain within you, the first thing you have to do is bring the energy of mindfulness to embrace the pain. I know you are there, little anger, my old friend. Breathe. I am taking care of you now. You will be able to look deeply at the true nature of your anger. This discovery, this understanding, this wisdom will liberate you from your pain. Linda, good morning. Maggie, good morning. Hello, it's great seeing you. Thich Nhat Hanh starts this little piece with, every time you have an energy that needs to be transformed. I love those words. I love how descriptive that is. This approach is something that we can apply to any of our internal triggers. The examples that he uses are anger, jealousy, or fear, but it works equally well for any of our big emotions. Frustration, sadness, impatience, they're all calling to be held. The next thought from Thich Nhat Hanh is, the moment you begin to practice breathing mindfully in and out, then you have the energy of a mother to cradle and embrace the baby. Just embracing your anger, just breathing in and breathing out, that is good enough. The baby will feel relief right away. Imagine a child who has fallen and scraped their knee. Often the most comforting thing is simply to be held, to feel the warmth of a loving presence. Similarly, when we are experiencing emotional distress, mindful breathing acts as a form of self-compassionate holding. By gently turning our attention towards the breath, we begin to witness the emotion without judgment. By holding, by witnessing, this leads over time to seeing, to understanding the true origin of the pain, the anger, the fear. Colette, a very good morning. Hello, it's awesome seeing you. I love his beautiful description when he says, the moment you begin to practice breathing mindfully, you have the energy of a mother. It always starts with breath. The moment that we put everything else down and take the time to, even for a little while, become aware of the rising and falling of our body as we breathe. In this moment, we step into the part of ourselves that knows how to nurture, how to hold whatever is hurting. To get better at this, we need to remind ourselves to breathe in those moments when the going gets tough. Whether it's the storm within us or the storm around us, it's our breath that gives us the ability to take a step backwards and observe, how am I busy dealing with this change in the weather? Charlene, good morning. Awesome seeing you. Right, if you're ready, let's step into that place. Today's meditation is called I Am the Mountain. Whether it's the storm within that we need to deal with or the storm without that we need to deal with, breathing is what helps us step into that space of the mountain where we can have an honest but compassionate look at how we're doing. You can close your eyes, and here we go, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. While we continue with our full body breathing, rising with every inhale and slowly falling with every exhale, I want you to imagine the presence of a mountain. And it shouldn't be too hard. We have all been in the presence of a mountain. Remind yourself of what it feels like to be right next to a mountain. This presence of this mountain has been there for thousands, many thousands, perhaps even millions of years. Can you imagine what this mountain will have seen come and also go? How has the world been shaped and shifted around this mountain? Without any interference from the mountain, everything that came also went. Watch the human busyness around the mountain, especially, like ants scurrying around. And most of what the humans brought was also not permanent. Most of what the humans bring leaves again too. Watching the world around it for millennia, would the mountain have a deeper understanding of what is important and what is just not? And then the reminder is that your soul is a bit like this mountain. Your soul too has seen everything come and also seen most of it go. And this is why when we get a little bit better at operating from the level of our soul, not ego, from our soul it becomes easier to really see what is important and what is just not. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you are able to tilt your head to the left while you tilt your hips to the right. Curve your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. And now see if you can change sides. Tilt your head to the right and your hips to the left. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we can find ourselves being right now with these busy, distracted minds, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, let's take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, form a picture of your mountain. See it from top to bottom. Feel the immovable presence of this mountain. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as possible. Lean into your imagination. We're going to create an image of this mountain and the life forms, the organisms that live on this mountain. I want you to lean into the visualization. Try and see the birds, try and see the plants. And it's not important that you're successful in forming the picture. It's only important that you're open to possibly seeing the picture. The way to think about this is, imagine when you go to bed, you fall asleep, you're going from waking to sleeping. Your brain waves go from alpha or perhaps even beta to alpha to theta. What happens when our brain waves slip down lower into theta? If we're sleeping, it means we could dream. We could perhaps see things that are not quite realistic for the moment. What's been shown is even when we're awake, when we close our eyes and visualize, we're still lowering our brain waves into that theta space, even while we're awake. And very simply, what happens here is our own subconscious is more receptive. In other words, it becomes easier to form new neural pathways while you open your mind to a visualization. So let's get back to that mountain with your next big breath. As you dive deep into you, fly around the mountain, see it from top to bottom, and ask yourself, how much vegetation grows here? How much of this mountain is full of plants and how much of this mountain is rocky? Take your next big breath and see the mountain. We'll take a look at the plants of your mountain. As you take another deep breath and dive deep into you, zoom in on a plant and see how much detail you can create in this plant. See all the way into a leaf. Can you see the detail on the edge of the leaf? Can you see the veins in the leaf carrying nutrients? How much detail of this plant can you see? Take your next big breath. We'll shift our energy to the animals on your mountain. Find a specific animal that comes to your mind. Zoom in all the way. How much detail can you see on this animal? Can you see the fur? Can you see the patterns? Can you see the individual hairs? Take your next big breath. And then find one of the birds on your mountain. And we'll do the same. How much detail can you see? Zoom all the way in. See the wing, see the colors, see the patterns. Zoom into a feather. Can you see the tiniest details on this feather? Take your next big breath. Sit and embody this mountain once again. Be the presence of this mountain as it holds in its arms all of the life that we just looked at. How does the mountain feel about sitting in the sun, feeling its surface warmed up by sunlight? How does the mountain feel? Take your next big breath. And when clouds roll in, and now the mountain sits in shade, and if from these clouds it starts to rain, and the mountain sits in the rain, drops of rain form into rivulets and streams. How much does the mountain care about being drenched? How does the mountain feel about sitting in the rain? Take your next big breath. And when the sun goes down and the wind picks up, and what was just rain turns into a full-blown storm. Wind and water is lashing the face of your mountain. There is a howling loudness around every corner. The visibility is zero, pitch black darkness except for those stabs of lightning that momentarily bring daylight. How much does the storm disturb the mountain? How does your mountain feel about looking around and seeing this display of Mother Nature? Take your next big breath. And the next morning, when skies are clear, like the mountain knew they would be, and the first rays of sunlight caresses the face of your mountain, how does the mountain feel about sitting in this fresh new day? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. If you are a squirrel on this mountain, or if you are a bird on this mountain, when the storm comes, it can feel really scary. But when you remember you are the mountain, it's easy to remember that all storms pass. Because just like your soul, the mountain has seen so many of them come and go. When you remember you are the mountain, then the storm that anger brings is less intimidating. When you remember that you are the mountain, then it becomes simple to apply what Thich Nhat Hanh suggests. He says every time you have an energy that needs to be transformed, like jealousy or fear, do something to care for this energy if you do not want it to destroy you. When you have pain within you, the first thing you have to do is bring the energy of mindfulness to embrace the pain. I know you are there, little anger, my old friend. Breathe. I am taking care of you now. You will be able to take a look deeply into the true nature of your anger. This discovery, this understanding, this wisdom will liberate you from your pain. But when we forget we are the mountain, when we think we are the squirrel or the bird on this mountain, then the storm that anger brings feels overwhelming. It doesn't feel like I can say to anger, I see you, my little friend. Remember that you are the mountain. Thich Nhat Hanh says, the moment you begin to practice breathing mindfully in and out, then you have the energy of a mother. The energy to cradle and embrace the baby. Just embracing your anger, just breathing in and breathing out is already good enough. The baby will feel relief right away. This approach is something that we can apply to any of our internal triggers. The examples that he uses are anger, jealousy, fear, but it works equally well for any of our big emotions. Frustration, sadness, impatience. They're all just calling to be held by your awareness, held by the closeness of your soul. When you remember that you are the mountain, this feels a lot less hard. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this message from the mountain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning more and more how to embrace the presence of the mountain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to feel less overwhelmed by big emotions. Being able to talk to anger as little anger. Holding it as a mother would hold a baby. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that all my big emotions are really just trying to survive, trying to find a way to cope. When I remember I'm the mountain, when I remember I can hold them, it becomes easier to see what is the cause here. What causes this big emotion to be felt? And often, it needs only my conscious breathing to become softer and eventually move on. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for taking the time to sit on the mountain with us. Lots of love to you all. Colette, it was really good to see you live with us. Hope you've had a good break and that your year started well. Thank you, Charlene. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Annalie. Wishing you all an awesome day. Try and remember in those moments of overwhelm, even if it doesn't feel like it, you're not the squirrel. You're not the bird that needs to run and hide. You are the mountain. Take a step back. Get back to your breath. And you will embody the energy of the mother that has arms strong enough to hold. Lots of love to you all. Have a good day. Ciao, ciao.